So there, we started the show with a nice little mashup from DJ Snatch. So you can hear a bit of the Fatback Band in there, but also Groove Armada, my friend. So yeah, started the show off. I started my show a little bit late today, as you might know if you're watching on Mixcloud Live. But I'm here now, cancelled trains, and you know what it's like. So let's get straight into this one now. I picked this up when I was at ADE a couple of weeks ago. Went to a record shop called Red Light Records and got quite a lot of funk actually. A lot of late 70s funk, including this one, Dennis Kofi, Wings of Fire, who's a very well-known guitarist. And yeah, I'll be playing a few of the records that I got from there, which was a very fun time, AD. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But you are tuned in to DJ Emma at Brixton Radio. Let's get back to the music. the end of this record now, getting very psychedelic funk flavours coming through here. I'm going to play another track in a minute that I picked up from Red Light Records. Such a gorgeous one. Coming up from 1981, a bit more slower, a bit more sort of sultry, less funky. So yeah, ADE was brilliant. It was so much fun. I played with the Midnight Riot crew on the Thursday, and then had a little break on the Friday, did some things, went to see a few DJs, and then on Saturday I played with Connecting the Dots, who is Aurea, and she's part of the kind of collective that do a lot of streaming, and they took over the Feed restaurant, which is a gorgeous venue where they have the most delicious food, and it's just really lovely. Some Dutch hospitality to the fullest. Met some such lovely people, connected with people, including Rob Coley, who's from Revolutions London, so he's actually from the UK, but he talked about, I was telling him about this show that I was doing, Brixton Radio, and he's connected me up with my guest who's coming on later today. She'll be here at 3. She's called Zahra, and we're going to be having a little chat, and she's going to be going into the guest mix as well. I'll tell you a little bit more about her later, but first of all, here's the next record. This is Found the Groove by Wrecking Crew, I should say. Yeah, from 1981, so it's got that nice boogie funk sort of feel.
Cello? No, this is not just one of your ordinary grooves. Oh no. See, while working at the Tupelo Funk Lab, we've discovered a groove we call amongst all grooves. Well, cello. So far, how did you like this groove?
Oh, that's alright. Better than a peanut.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey! 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 Yeah, 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 yeah. Finally found a groove to make you move it. So move it. Finally found a groove to make you move it. So move it. Finally found a groove to make you move it. So move it. Finally found a groove to make you move it. So move it. Finally found a groove to make you move it. So move it.
Moving into the 80s now, later on in the 80s. This is a 1984, I think, and it's Don't Go Lose It Baby with Hugh Mascala. I think I've pronounced it right. I was just trying to look up on my phone how to pronounce it, but I'm not sure. So yeah, South African jazz legend. I love this one. Also got this at Red Light Records in Amsterdam.
have a win. I bet you never ever heard a name. But every winner's name is in the Hall of Fame. And you're a winner when you beat the game. And you're a winner when you beat the game. And you're a winner when you beat the game. And you're a winner, and you're a winner, 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 winner.
Maybe I'll turn the mic on, that would help. Someone else I met over at ADE was a Dutch producer and DJ, Marcel Vogel. And I came across him a few years ago through his gospel-fused house track, I Got Jesus. And this one's a relatively new release from his label, Lumberjacks in Hell. This is Ain't Gonna, featuring Greg Blackman, and it's by English producer Goshawk.
If it ain't gon' roll, it ain't gon' pop. If it ain't got soul, it ain't gon' rock. If it ain't gon' roll, it ain't gon' pop. If it ain't got soul, it ain't gon' rock. If it ain't gon' roll, it ain't gon' pop. If it ain't got soul, it ain't gon' rock. If it ain't gon' roll, it ain't gon' pop. If it ain't got soul, la 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 la. Hey hey, oh, what the people say. Good God Almighty, gotta listen when the people say. La 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 la. got soul. Ain't gon' roll. Ain't 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 got soul. Ain't gon' roll.
So next up, I'm going to play you a track from an album I brought recently. I haven't actually played any of the tracks from this album yet, but it's from Dave Guy's album Ruby, and he's a trumpet player, US based. And I don't know if you know, but I played the trumpet when I was growing up and never practiced enough, unfortunately. But, I got all right at it, but not to the point where I'm confident enough to whip it out on a DJ set and start playing along with things, although I'd love to do that. But yeah, I mean, I would absolutely love to be as good as someone like Dave Guy, but that takes hours of practice. But yeah. If I had time, I would get my trumpet out and practice it and try and get good enough. But it's just time. It's always against us. that was just beautiful. So now I've got some brand new music for you. This is actually Young Pulse, who's a friend of mine, alongside Jamie326 and Dutch producer Danu. I think I pronounced that right. It's their new project, and they're called Mystic Freaks. And I'm going to play a couple of tracks from their brand new EP. I think you're really going to love it. It's a bit more up-tempo than the last track I played. But yeah, I really like this new sound. It's very fresh, funky, disco vibes. next track coming in by Mystic Freaks, and this is called Pressure.
Is there an echo? Is there? Oh, I would love an echo on my mic. Sounds of pressure. Pressure.
So, my guest is now in the building. Welcome, Zahra. I'm just going to say a few words about Zahra. Zahra is a DJ, host, storyteller, and community builder. She blends a deep and eclectic mix of soul, funk, disco, soul, and hip hop from all over the world. Her show, Lunar Rotations, is a monthly stream event that brings together music lovers in a record store, and she regularly travels all over the globe to connect with other creatives. She's shared the stage with Simmerfunk, Lady Smith, Black Mambazo, July Black, and Natasha Diggs' Soul in the Horn events. So, welcome, Zahra. It's really nice that you're here on Brixton Radio with me today. So, you've been in London for a few days. What have you been up to so far?
Oh man, been on the train.
Yeah, the notorious train.
Been on the train for a while. No, man, it's been blessed. I've been really checking out the scene here a lot. Been in a different neighborhood every single day. London is so big.
Yeah.
It's so big. And yesterday I was at the BBE store, getting down with some friends. First time in the store, first record store actually I've been to in London was last night. And shout out to Rob, Revolutions London, who just launched a label and got some vinyl.
Oh yeah, I think I might have that vinyl right here. Have you got his?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, somewhere here. Where is it? This one.
Yeah, that's the
You
one.
can show the camera.
That's the one.
Yes,
Hold on.
Rob's been giving us his vinyl. It's very good as well. Snap.
That's the one. And then also want to shout out to my girl Natasha. Had to grab this from the BBE store as well. Yeah, it's I know, beautiful cover.
I'm a big fan of Natasha Diggs.
Yeah, Natasha's like one of the reasons that I even started DJing. You know what I mean? Well, she was one of the people who kind of pushed me to really go out and do it. So shout out to Natasha.
So you know her quite well then, Natasha. Have you got a good relationship with her, and you've played for Soul in the Horn, obviously?
Yeah, Natasha's a beautiful spirit. You know what I mean? She's a really beautiful spirit. If you just meet her and you feel like there's no boundary between whatever time or space, she's just a very open and welcoming soul. Yeah. So yeah, big love. Got a lot of love for Natasha.
Her style is amazing as well. Like, she's just beautiful, and she's just her clothes she wears and everything. And she used to be a teacher, didn't she? Yeah. She used to be like a primary school teacher or nursery school something. Yeah.
That's why she's got such a soft, sweet spirit, dealing with those little kids.
Brilliant. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So let's go right back to the beginning. So when did you first realize that music was going to be a big part of your life?
I feel like it happened in two waves. The first one was the fact that I would be listening to the radio all the time as a kid. I'd fall asleep to it. I'd wake up to it. It would always be on in the house. Where I grew up, it's not like I loved the music that I was hearing on the radio, I'll be honest, until I found this one station that was in a city about an hour and a half away called Kitchener. Yeah. I grew up in a city called London in Canada, the Canadian London. Yeah. It's a bit of it's a copy of this one, I'll say. We got a lot of like infrastructural similarities, but anyhow.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And then I found this radio station that was playing a lot of R&B and hip hop and just different things. That was about an hour and a half out of the city, but somehow we still got the frequencies. So, it was a matter of like being in a certain part of the room all the time so that I wouldn't be blocking in the waves coming in, or driving in the car, always setting it to 91.5 the beat, and just growing up with that, always hearing different things in my ear. But it wasn't a conscious thing for me. I didn't grow up in a musical family. I didn't play any instruments growing up.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I was in the school band and performed there, but that was it. Yeah. And then when I moved to Montreal in 2013, and I lived in Montreal for 7 years. Yeah. Again, moved for a totally non-creative thought. I mean, I wanted to be in a creative city, for sure, but I had no idea music was gonna be my thing. And just what ended up happening was I was walking down the street one night. It was a cold, dark Montreal night. And I was not, in the best spirits. Yeah. So I was just going out for a walk alone, which was something I love to do in Montreal. I feel like London's kind of like that too. You know, if you could go out for a walk, it'll change your whole mind state, because there's so many dope things happening. So that was what I was going for. And I walked by, it was actually not too far from where I was living, and it was a street called Bleury, and there was a bar there called Bleury Bar à Vinyl, vinyl bar.
Yeah.
And I was always kind of curious about it, but it had never been open when I would be around it. I never saw it open. I could never go inside. But this night, it was open, and I think it was like a Thursday night. And I heard like the best music coming out of there. And I'm like, okay, finally it's open. Let me go inside. Yeah. And I walk in. There's a DJ spinning vinyl on the left. There's a stage at the back. Like very chill vibe like this, you know, brick wall. It's warm in there. Dope music. And I see like a brass band on stage with an MC and a dancer.
Oh, wow, cool.
And the crowd is all in it. And like, it's like there was no difference or separation between the stage and the crowd. And you could just see the energy feeding in like a circular motion, you know? Yeah. And then from then on, I was hooked. And that became my community. You know, I started to go every week. And I was by myself, you know what I mean? By myself in my very young, my early 20s, just like, what is this? You know, I don't know what this is, but I gotta get more of it.
It just, you just found your tribe.
Yeah. And then, you know, a few years in, I've got a big record collection. Yeah. All my community members are DJs, producers, singers, artists. Yeah. And then got involved with radio over there, CKUT, which is another station like this, a community station. Yeah. A legendary station out in Montreal. It's been around for decades. Yeah. And it's very hard to find a slot, you know what I mean? And the listeners are loyal, and like it's an institution.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And then, you know, just from then on, just kept building. When I moved to London, then I started working at a radio station, a similar community radio station out there, CHRW. And I became the program director. And then it was then when I started to teach myself how to DJ. Up until that point, I had all these records. I had all these DJ friends, you know, all this stuff. I'd been to so many events. I understood what was going on because I didn't grow up with vinyl. So I understood how it all worked. I did grow up with tapes, though. Yeah. Same. And then, and so that's it. Yeah. That's
and
it.
really, that is DJing starts with having a big music collection and loving your music, isn't it? And that's how DJing starts anyway. So we're going to play a track now, and this is something I asked you to pick, something that reminds you of your younger years, your teenage years, when music really starts to have an effect on you. So what have you gone for?
I got Donald Byrd, the one and only Donald Byrd, another trumpeter. And this is one of those songs where I don't even remember when I first heard this song, how I came about hearing this song, but when I hear it and it takes me back to a place when I was very young. So I just got to trust that feeling and say that this is a song that makes me feel quite young.
into my arms for a lifetime. Got to have it, babe, 'cause I love you. Can't you see? Now my heart is singing a brand new melody. I got a sweet premonition. We will always be together.
That was a lovely choice. Have you got me on echo?
I didn't mean to.
Okay. So, you've said that you travel all around the globe, just meeting like-minded musical people and creatives. So, musically, what country inspires you the most?
Oh, man. Right now, I would say it's a matter of like circumstance, where I am, where I find myself. I just spent a week in Manchester meeting people, musicians from everywhere in the world, literally. And I would have to say right now, I find Brazil. It's Brazil. And even prior to going to Manchester and hanging out, I gotta have the echo on my voice. It's a lunar rotations thing. This is for all my moon tribe listening, and yes, they always tell me like, when they hear me talk in real life, it doesn't sound right because there's no echo. So I need to have an echo. But here, I'll just do this. Even prior actually to coming to Manchester, it's just that richness and that exploration that I find is, I think, a part of the country and the culture. Brazil is such a culturally diverse place in an extreme sense. So when you have that many people, that amount of people from the number of countries and the number of different cultures that all kind of come together, and the sunshine and the beautiful countryside and, like the sweet smiling personas of everybody, just imagine what comes out of that sonically. So, and like if you've ever listened to samba rock, like the kind of rock psychedelic samba mix of Erasmo Carlo, for example, it's just like, wow, So I would say, but across time, across space, it's Brazil right now.
I've never been, and I would love to go. Absolutely love to go there one day. One day, hopefully. Have you been there lots of times?
Brazil?
Yeah.
Not once.
Oh, you haven't been? Okay.
No, it's the people that I'm meeting,
I see what you mean, yeah.
Which is another beautiful thing about travel, because yes, there's nothing like being in the land and the place itself to speak about the music and the experience. But when you meet people, and they share who they are, where they come from, there is some of that transfer that does happen.
Yeah, definitely. Let's have a little chat about Prince as well, because you're a big fan. I heard your brilliant interview with Dr. Susan Rogers, who was Prince's engineer in the 80s. So what was your favourite Prince era?
See, I don't know if I can speak in terms of favorites, but it's similar to how I answered the previous question of what is jumping out at me right now, or what has been jumping out at me sonically, visually, even emotionally and mentally, because one thing that draws me to Prince is how he reinvented himself, in every way, physically, spiritually, musically. I really am I've always been fascinated by the NPG era, especially starting at Diamonds and Pearls and following that, because there's changes in it. It's not, it's not kind of one look or one sound. It's definitely not one sound. But there's this just like, so there's an album, there's 2 albums that Prince did with the NPG that stick out to me a lot. One is called New Power Soul. And I think that album is just it's just credited to the New Power generation, but it's a picture of him on the front. And there's and the other album is Exodus.
Okay, yeah.
You know Exodus?
I must admit, Diamonds and Pearls was the album that I listened to as a teenager, and I had a huge crush on Prince, but I'm not familiar with that one. I'm probably not so much of a super fan as you. I was like a fan in the
super fan.
I did see Prince in concert. I saw his,
lucky you.
It was his Diamonds and Pearls tour.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's probably one of the first gigs I saw when I was like, I don't know, 15 or something. So yeah.
There was just something about even just the aesthetic. Like it was such a like this pristine beauty, across the aesthetic of the album. I'm not just talking about him, everyone. and the look and the sound. It was just this like, yeah, there's something about it is so eye-catching. But Exodus, Exodus was this album that is a little obscure. I mean, I don't think it either had a limited release on vinyl or never was reissued. I've actually found a couple of singles, like vinyl singles of songs off of the album. I have one, but I didn't bring it with me. It's in my other place. But that sound is, I think, combining a lot of hip hop, new jack, funk. It's like it's just this like dirty funk that's very intense and heavy, that like when you compare it to, again, that like pristine, beautiful look. It's just, I kind of like the way that it mixes. And it's very sexy, like, very, it's just very, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of down in your root chakra vibes, but it takes you up because it's also very spiritual. It takes you all the way up. So
amazing. And you've got it ready to go.
I have Exodus ready to go.
Yes, let's give it a listen then.
All right.
It's got to be done.
Y'all ready?
Have mercy. The Exodus has begun.
The Exodus has begun.
Have mercy. The Exodus has begun. Now these are the names of the new power generation.
The funkiest suckers of the new zone nation.
Polyvinyl acetate, new power soul. Guaranteed to stick to the limits of your Oldsmobile. Motherfucker. Have mercy. Have mercy. Polyvinyl acetate, power soul. The Exodus has begun. These are the names of the children of the sun. Popular outside in the days of wild.
Tearing shit up with a vengeance. And still they smile.
Though their lives
will make bitter with hard labor and no pay.
These are the children that will come to save the day. The Exodus has begun. Have mercy.
Long live the new power.
Have mercy.
Generation after generation, so will never die. Long live the new power.
Have mercy.
We don't cry, we don't die, we just multiply.
Behold, the children of the new power are more and mightier than you.
Mighty,
You
mighty.
that have scorned and held back the inevitable must now come to grips with the
All
truth.
that is good in
All
the
that is
eyes
good in the eyes of heaven will rebuke your powder monkey ways.
Have
And
mercy.
let that same heaven have mercy when the wrath of the sun knocks upon the gate. Have mercy.
The Exodus has begun.
Brothers and sisters,
The Exodus has begun.
have mercy. matchbox and blackface. Offer us pennies when it's millions they reap.
How in the world can we call ourselves equal when their wages outweigh the time that they keep? And if they stood up and behaved like the humans they're supposed to, as opposed to the way they are not, then this new power soul would not be so full, and the water would not be so hot.
The exodus has begun.
The exodus has begun.
Have mercy.
The exodus has begun.
The exodus has begun. Now sing.
Lonely, a new power, all is good in
Brothers and sisters,
lonely.
the exodus has begun. Have mercy. Thinking about reading me. And when the people ask you everywhere, you say baby on your hand. Hell if you don't tell a lie, I'll hit a son of a motherfucking house fire. And like George said, get satisfied.
Let's get satisfied. Let's get satisfied.
That was an amazing track. I can't believe I never heard that. But I have now. Good old Prince. We love him. So you told me earlier that you live in London, but you don't actually live in this London. You live in a London in Canada, which I didn't even know existed, but there you go. And I just wanted to know a little bit more about what you do, what your roles are, because I know you do your Lunar Rotation show, which is it's on Twitch, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I got into Twitch a little bit back in lockdown, and I did do some Twitch streaming, but then kind of came out of it. But it's still a massive thing, isn't it? And yeah, I just wanted to know what you do there and your podcast, and also what you do day to day, because it'd just be really interesting to find all that out.
Well, thank you for asking. Thank you for your interest. So Lunar Rotations is a radio show that I did start on the air 4 or 5 years ago. During the pandemic, I took it onto Twitch, and it's just been a beautiful community that has been gathering every week on Twitch, online. I've done a couple of iterations of it in person, and I always try to keep the stream going during it, because the international listeners, who I consider my friends, are as much part of the experience as, you know, the people who come in person. It's been, because I've moved around a lot, and again, I've been traveling and trying to keep a weekly radio show, you know, a 2-hour radio show every single week in the midst of that is quite a bit of work. So we've done, I've experimented with a few different formats, and now where it's at, because Lunar Rotations is like, these radio shows and these programs, these musical things that we do are living and changing also. So now where I'm taking it is to record stores, and to do it in person monthly. At least that's what I say. I always say, like, I'm gonna take it once a month, and then I come back every week and do it. Or I'll go on hiatus for a while. But right now it's gonna be on Twitch once a month, but I'm gonna be bringing in guest DJs, and we are going to really prioritize spinning vinyl. Because it's in a record store, but also because I think people's personal vinyl collections really speak a lot about who they are. You know, it speaks to a deeper part of you, your record collection, and it's not like super mystical or spiritual or anything like that, although it can be, but just having that personal touch, because Lunar Rotations is very intimate, no matter how big or small the space is or how many people are in the space. Or whether it's online, I'm very proud of myself and my community for being able to curate and just hold a very intimate space with music, no matter what format it's at, no matter how you're consuming it. So that's Lunar Rotations. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And the podcast.
Yes, the podcast, which I loved listening to, by the way, all about the interview with Dr. Susan Rogers. Yeah.
Thank you.
Prince's engineer.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, that interview kind of inspired the podcast. But it's sort of like the podcast extension of Lunar Rotations in a way, although it's not necessarily limited to talking about music, but music certainly, although that's not a limitation either, but music certainly is a springboard. And even further than that, the creativity, the personhood, that music inspires. It is what is the springboard behind the Claire audio files. I came up with the title because I wanted something original. I didn't want it to just be, the Zahra podcast or anything. I wanted something original to what I created, just like Lunar Rotations is original to something that I came up with. But I really love listening to music and listening to people, listening to the world around. And when I say listen, I mean like presence, being present. And that's what it is. That's what it is, So I think listening is an art and a practice in and of itself. And personally, I've just by listening to people and listening for the things that they say and the things that they don't say, and asking about those things which are those details between what's shared, particularly in another person's experience. I think there's so much that we can learn from each other's experience, so much, even if it's not a direct thing. It's just learning how another person sees and understands the world is something that I think guides me in everything that I do, as a way to not necessarily take on and mimic or copy, but just to have greater awareness outside of just myself. Yeah, so that sounds very ethereal and mystical and all that. You can surely expect some of that in there, but I've also got some really interesting interviews coming up with, talking about album artwork design.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Definitely.
and other DJs' experiences, interviews, and deep dive, things like that. So, yeah, you can definitely stay tuned because it's going to be different stuff.
Yes, I think you're someone after my own heart, because I agree with everything about that. I'm so curious about and interested about other people, and totally agree that you can learn so much from people. So I think it's time for you to go into the mix now, because we've only got 20 minutes. It's going to be a very short mini mix, but
Short and sweet.
I will very much look forward to hearing what you're going to play. I'll hand over to you. Thank you very much, Zahra.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you for having me on here. It's a real pleasure. Brixton Radio, what up?
tell me she's not around. Try a message to her. They tell me she's not in town. She would not check out this away. It's been 7 lonely days. This morning I jumped straight up and called this person's face. I lost my love. This person's face. I lost my love.
Alrighty, so we're gonna close out early, just a little early, short and sweet mix, but this is kind of for myself as well as for everyone listening. I picked up my girl Natasha Diggs record yesterday, and I mean, I've heard this track. I have heard it before it was released, but this is the first time I'm gonna be playing it. I just opened the beautiful vinyl back here, and I'm gonna play it for everyone on Brixton Radio. So, breaking records, kinda, but not really. So here it is, Natasha Diggs featuring Omar. Think about this day. I remember I heard Natasha first play this in a club in Toronto. I want to say it was like a year and a half ago. And as soon as it came on, I was like, this is Tasha's. She's breaking her record here right now. I love it. Yeah, shout out to Natasha. Again, we didn't talk about it, but if you had asked in the interview, you know, she's the reason for all this. One of the reasons. Big shout out to Soul on the Horn, Lenny Love, D Prosper.
Of the time sang the tears.
right, Brixton Radio. That's it from me. Short and sweet this time, but I'm sure it's not going to be the last. I sure hope not, at least. Thank you so much, DJ Emma, for having me.
I wasn't talking then. I'm just talking to nothing. Thank you, Zahra. It's really a pleasure for you to be on the show and really lovely to speak to you and find out a bit more about you and lunar rotations. And yeah, thanks a lot.
No worries. Peace and love, y'all. Go in love and peace. Next show is up in just a minute. We'll see you next time.
Think about